my Dunphy, and like most women, I'm not ecstatic about the physical changes that come with getting older. But just how far am I willing to go to keep the ravages of time at bay? As more and more Irish women my age and younger attempt to flash freeze their faces into wrinkle-free perma-youth,
well, my main areas would be here, so the crow's feet.
will I be able to resist the pressure to follow suit?
It's very strange how people are so obsessed about people's age here.
Or can I find a way to age naturally and gracefully?
In a youth-obsessed culture where my aging face is increasingly seen as a chemically treatable disease.
Just a few weeks ago, I turned 38. At 28, that would have seemed impossibly ancient. But now that I'm here, I'm surprisingly okay.
Okay, so I have a few grey hairs, laughter lines, and it takes longer for the pillow creases to fall out of my face in the morning.
A hint of concealer, slick of mascara, and most days I look fine. But in women's magazines and ads on the telly, the message is clear. I'm not fine. I'm hurtling towards 40 and sprinting past my prime. I need to do something radical to stop the rot. Before it's too late.
At 38, I'm a member of the biggest girl gang in Ireland. Almost 48% of Irish women are now aged 25 to 54, the group most aggressively targeted by the anti-aging industry, selling us our youth back in Botox and blood. The PRP vampire facial, so gorily touted by 32-year-old Kim Kardashian, has recently become available in Ireland. I went to meet artist Dee Murphy, daughter of broadcaster Mike Murphy. Today Dee had an appointment to have her gorgeous face vampirically lifted, and I wanted to know why.
But you don't want to say, you're same age as me, a year older, you're 39, yeah, aren't you? And you feel like this is not a fear of getting older, or a fear of aging, or a fear of what the date of birth in your passport. This is, or is it a little bit of that?
To be honest with you, from living in America, people never ever ask your age there. So I'm very, very taken aback at how people do ask your age here. I find it a bit, it's very strange how people are so obsessed about people's age here, which they really, really are. I do think that a lot of women are pressurized into it here, definitely, for sure. And I think now with the reality TV shows, all the magazines that are out there, all the young ones, as we call them, yes, there is a bit of a, you know.
Yeah. You had Botox at 30?
I've never lied about it, no.
And what would you like to get from this?
Maybe the Botox is starting to wear off. I had it done 6 months ago, and I feel like I need a little bit of something, just a bit of a kick.
So are you ready for this?
I am so ready.
Brace yourself. Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
And now it's the R shot.
The arse not great, and here's me with my powder stuck in my bum, but whatever.
Well, I took the mic back as well.
When asked, have you had any radical beauty procedures, 79% of Irish women said no, 21% said yes. So far I've dodged the hypodermic, but for how long?
What would you do to my face then?
I mean, your eyebrows are flat, and you can see these go up and come down. You should actually drop here a little bit more. So your eyebrows probably need to go up to about there. And that can be done quite easily.
They were always... See, were yours always like that, or is that because you had Botox?
Well, no, I haven't had Botox for 6 months, so...
So I'm just wrecked then. But no, not that one.
No, I always had quite high eyebrows.
And what do you think, Dr. Treacy, of women in their 40s and older who end up feeling a little bit invisible to the world?
Now, the interesting thing is that most people want to look around 34 to 38. That is the ultimate
34
age.
to 38.
That's what we've worked out.
Wow.
So even girls at 21 try and work up, and people of an older age tend to work back. And we've worked it out for the late 30s.
Because some of those younger Hollywood actresses, Lindsay Lohan, they actually do look older than 25, 26, don't they? They all have this kind of same...
The call now, zero age, is late 30s. Medically.
To stay forever at zero age, Dee was, in laywoman's terms, having blood removed from her arm and pumped back into her own face.
So this is the start of it, Dr. Treacy, where you're taking Dee's own blood out. Could you use someone else's blood for this?
No.
What if you used like a 12-year-old's blood? It's probably legal, but...
The idea behind the treatment is to separate the platelet-rich plasma, or PRP, in Dee's blood and re-inject it back into the skin on her face to stimulate collagen production. Well, that sounds reassuringly sciencey.
So,
Oh my goodness.
if we look at that very closely, what we're going for is actually this little layer in the center. What we have above it is plasma. What we have below it is the red cells. So we have to get that little curvy bit. And at the same time, as I go to retrieve it, I have to put in this activator to release the growth factors from the cells.
It's like that really posh glue. Do you remember Araldite glue? You need to mix the two bits, and then you only have 5 minutes to use it.
And the way we're getting it now, a little blood tinged, tends to be the way that...
So do you think that all women my age, this is the time we should be having this stuff done, and then otherwise it's all downhill from here?
Personally, I think people should probably start getting things done from about 21 onwards.
What?
Did he just say 21?
I think people should probably start getting things done from about 21 onwards.
Oh my god, he did say 21.
What? You're a baby at 21.
I know that, but it's just little tweaks.
So is it too late for me?
Never too late.
To hang on to her makeup for a later engagement, Dee had chosen to have the treatment without the usual application of anaesthetic cream.
Deep breath.
I was starting to wonder if that was wise. This looked excruciating.
Oh my goodness.
She's brave, isn't she?
Very brave girl. She is very brave. So the effect is going to be at the injection, the site of the injection is going to be to plump up.
Well actually, Maya, what you do is, over the next period, collagen is going to grow in all these areas. So certainly a long way from Kim Kardashian. Do you open your eyes for a second? Sorry about that. Might be an opportune time even, Maya, for you to chat, mate.
I know, I'm just feeling a bit queasy.
Oh, that's it, is it? Okay.
It's particularly around the eye area. And I'm actually not squeamish at all.
I'm very good around eyes, so don't worry.
But would you consider this to be non-invasive?
Yes.
See, that's what amazes me, because women now talk about, oh, I have a facial, but suddenly the facials are becoming more and more complicated lasers and this sort of thing.
Yeah.
But they're still classified as non-invasive.
I would consider probably, it's sitting on the borderline because we're breaching the epidermis of the skin, so it's invasive to an extent, but to me, invasive medicine normally something that requires either intubation, an anaesthetist, or an overnight stay.
But with these kind of treatments, I mean, there's nothing you can do at 39. It's a one-off treatment, and that's it. You're going to be grand. Everything has to be topped up, doesn't it?
39 is an interesting sort of age because you're just on the cusp of hitting 40. But somebody like Dee that would have been sort of looking after themselves quite well, you're pretty good at it, you think?